We are in Villa Necchi, Via Mozart 14, in the heart of Milan, historical center. And this house belongs to FAI, which is Fondo Ambiente Italiano, which is an association that keeps the patrimonio of Italia alive, which means houses from families, industrial buildings, memories of Italia that, thanks to this association, are restored and are available to be visited. A few years ago, I have been contacted by two curators that take care of this house during the furniture fair. They are from a partner, Alter Partner Studio, architects, and they organize an auction of designers' drawing. So I was one of the invited one to send some pieces for them to sell. And I discovered this house, fall in love, because it's a unique atmosphere. The architecture is amazing. It's Portalupi that in the 30s did this house. The materials are incredible and it's super innovative. So I thought that I, with my Fabrica team, we have one day to come back and make a project there. So with these curators, we start to elaborate the project, and the idea we came with was, let's do a visit, our visit of his house. This kind of strange details that only designer or artists pick and maybe not the normal people, but let's highlight them and propose a second tour of the visit. What we did is that for each room, we extract an object, a story, a detail, an architecture symbol, and we build a story and an object that tell this story to the visitors. So it's like hunting in the house to discover what is the Fabrica input, and propose this kind of contrast in between an old house from the 30s and pieces of young designers that give their way of reading the house. The exhibition is called Villa Necchi, Detail of Life and New Visions, because it's about the life that the Necchi people that have in this house. There were two sisters, one of them was married, and they had a crazy life. They were friends of all the artists, so lots of parties, amazing way of receiving people, and also, let's say, lots of traffic, lots of guests, lots of stories, lots of, I mean, yeah, we start also to get crazy and imagine how the life was there. And that's it. So what you see on my back is the plan of the houses, the 2 floors. In each room there is an icon. This icon is inspired by an architectural detail of each room. And then you can see on the roof all the process, all the images, the sketches, the fabrication of the object, because we call only Italian companies, well-known and famous Italian company, to produce the object for free, because all this project is a kind of charity project for the FAI to have more visitors and to show that the Italian savoir-faire is alive and there is this excellence and this passion of doing things that Italia is representing for us. Basically, design help to drive a public, drive, let's say, a different way of looking about life. And for me, that's what is design about. When you propose an object to the public, you propose to the people a way that they live every day and they can use something to make their life more easier, or more, I don't know, sympathetic or practical. So the idea is that the design is the, let's say, communication vector that join the Italian companies, the Italian history and a representation of what is Italia. And also at the same time, as design is born in Italia, it makes sense that us, let's say, Fabrica International team, we give a different look on what is the FAI, what is Milan, what is the furniture fair itself, because this visit is also, I think, a quiet moment in the middle of the mess of the furniture fair. So we propose to the people to come here, and during maybe 1 hour, they think about not a new sofa, but a way of looking an old sofa thanks to a new coffee table that is not a market piece, it's a symbol that propose you to think maybe twice about design word, consumption, and way of looking on life. So here it was really important for us also to introduce all the research which is behind the design process to the people. So when you visit the house, at the top you can see also all these details that we have been very attentive to, which are the leather sample, the elastic, where the object will be placed, different option of design, how the factory is producing, with which kind of tool they are working. So this exhibition is not just about discovering a house, but also discovering an entire process of imaginating, thinking, designing, and producing. So here you have the all the plates and the glasses that originals that have been done by Gennari, the same that did our plates. And there is the sea, because the two sisters, necchi, one was married with Mr. Campiglio, Dottore Campiglio. Then there are these glasses, of course, really 30s, that were done in Murano. So what we did, and the nice story about this is that every time they were going in the countryside house, everything was packed because they were traveling with the dishes and the glasses. So for us, it was a bit crazy that someone pack everything when he's moving. So what we did is that we did this tray, basket tray, that you can travel with. And we read stories about who were the guests in these houses, and some of them were coming oftenly. And what we thought is that every glasses can have a shape which represents the guest. And the glasses without the tray doesn't work because the base is rounded. So basically, the basket without the glasses doesn't work. The glasses without the basket doesn't work. And it really shows this sophistication of Villa Necchi, that everything was curated and had a function. We thought about the time that they were going to hunt. And we thought maybe Mr. Campiglio was hunting because he wanted to offer some scarf. So he was hunting the fox. Then from the fox he can give scarf to the sisters. So we did this picnic basket that when they were going to hunt. So the way of closing is done with a bullet. And also at this time it was fashionable for the woman to go around with the scarf on the arm. Okay. So the arm of the handle of the basket is a representation of a fox. Office. And one thing which is really particular is that this furniture piece can close itself and be transported too, because even when they were traveling, he was traveling with his office. So but the chair is staying there. It can fit all together, but it was an inspiration for us to work about mobility, because at this time it was quite also strange to leave your house so oftenly. They were traveling a lot, but at the same time you take a bit of the house with you. So what we designed to pay homage to this first mobility idea is this chair that you can take out the back, put it inside and close this small wooden suitcase and go around with your chair for when you want to read a book around. So we want to, as our project is to open this house to the guests, to the visitors, we thought one of the nice introduction objects can be a door stopper. So what we draw is this small piece of wood, triangular, that you can put on the door to close it. But at the same time, as these ladies were super elegant, and we found also stories about jewels, we thought like when this object is on the floor, it can look like a bracelet that you lose somewhere. At the same time, it's also functional because you can hand it on the handle. It's small pearl glass from Murano. Here we are on the bibliothèque So they were used to read books and also to play cards. And there is these beautiful tables where there is these details where they were putting the cards and the cigarettes. So we get fascinated by these small tables. And we work with Zanotta, the furniture producer, and we ask them to produce this table made of exotic wood and with a secret drawer. So basically, if you place this table on the corner of the room, no one knows that there is something inside. But for the one that know, you can put cigarettes inside or diamonds or whatever you have precious. And it's made of leather, green leather inside to recall the green leather of the top of the playing cards table. We are in the veranda. It was very modern at that time, this room, because you have double glass, so it was very innovative. And they had this nice idea to use this double glass to make plants grow, to make a greenhouse. And we get fascinated also by all the radiators, heater system, which is covered with this beautiful mesh. So we did some vases with meshes to help plants to grow on these small vases. The shape of the room is really geometric, so basically it's a puzzle and you can do a geometric composition of vases. Here we are in the living room, where there is this amazing, beautiful sofa, and basically was missing a coffee table. So as we want to highlight this piece, we get inspired by details. So you can see here there is fringes and this specific cut, which is kind of like Venetian-inspired decorative system. So we work with a producer to create a sofa table with a secret place to put books that these fringes help you to cover. Even on the fringe color, we work on how to make different colors. So it's this gray bluish, and we work like 80% of gray, 20% of blue, and we did several experimentation to get in a modern way close to this one, but also creating a bit of distance to be sure that the two pieces are in the same mood, but still different. The stairs designed by Portaluppi are made of this very precious wood and marble, and there is this carpet which is covering all the stairs that is contrasting with the color of the house. So we took inspiration from this high quality, very geometric design and colorful attitude to design this picture of the stairs that create this 3D effect and perspective. So here we are in Neda bathroom. As you can see, there is N on every tools because she can't share with her sister. You will see the sister has also the letters. And she was friends of artists. So they were used to buy drawings of Modigliani, people that at that time was not yet famous. And as they have so much drawing, they were used to put them on the bathroom, which with the water of the room, maybe is not the best thing, but they were really keen of artists. So we decided that the towels can be also frames and portrait. Like this, when you have the towel on the wall, it fits well with the frames that you have around. We are in a bedroom. She was a single sister, but the house was with lots of guests, as we already see. So she was receiving lots of flowers from men of the high society. So we decided that maybe some of them will stay in this room too. And we decided to do these vases where she can put the tags and remember the day and from who. So here we are on the main corridor, which is divided Neda room and Gigina and her husband room. The corridor is full of closet with the clothes, and there is one which is dedicated to the hats. you can see here there is a box from Galia and Peter, which is this Milanese brand that was doing the hats for the women. And they are still existing, so we went back to them and we produced this collection of objects, which are a box, which is a mirror, there is a lamp, a fruit bowl, and a small bag. Here we are in the antechambre of Mr. and Mrs. Necchi Campiglio. Mrs. Gigina, she was passionate about ceramic cats. She had a collection, and basically we took few of them from the shelf and designed a podium to highlight this passion she has for cats. Basically, it's different volumes that help you to display the cats. You can see themselves inside, so it's a way also of watching an object thanks to the mirror effect of silver. Here we are on the Mr. and Mrs. Campiglio Necchi bedroom, couple bedroom. And there is one specificity, which is these embroideries on the curtain. They come from old embroideries from the last century, and they bought it and asked someone to put them on the new curtain. We can see that all the embroideries are on beige and coral. So we decided to do this small mirror, secret mirror for a couple, where there is a secret box for Mrs. Necchi and a secret box for Mr. Necchi. The fringes are also inspired by this very decorative curtain colored attitude. Here we are on the prince's bathroom. The prince was a guest that was coming every month because he was working in La Scala to make scenographies. So we draw these necessaire boxes where you can put your beauty accessories, and at the same time, as if this guy was still alive today, he will have an iPad, so you can put your iPad in the leather case. Here we are in the bedroom of the prince. All the furniture made of precious wood, designed by Portaluppi, also exclusively for this room. So we get fascinated by these furniture pieces, which are really impressive, and at the same time there is this small desk because the guy was drawing and writing here. So as he is a traveling man, we decide to do this necessary for office, where you can put your pencils, your small paper blocks, and travel with your tools to design when you are on the way. Here we are on the governant that was the only person which was allowed to sleep here. She was available 24 hours per day, and she had this lovely small room, which is a bit less rich, but still very fancy. And we get inspired by all these kind of tapestries of boats with sail. And we draw for her a bedside table lamp, which is inspired by this boat's spirit. So it's made of wood, and at the same time the lampshade recalls the sail of the boat. We are on the swimming pool, which was the first heated swimming pool in Milan. Very innovative also at this time. And we discovered that they have lots of guests and parties in the swimming pool too. So we work with a silver company, Alessi, that designed this tray that fit perfectly on the swimming pool. So when you swim, you can put your cocktail at the same time when you rest on this poof, which are also made only for this swimming pool because they fit under the step that protect you from the water. Made by Moroso and Alessi. Thank you. Thank you.